This business is failing. I need to switch to real estate, but I need guidance from an expert. I can't do it alone. Hello, please, am I speaking with Mr. Wealth?
Hello, how can I help you?
I want to start real estate investment, but I don't know how to begin.
You want to start a real estate investment? It's a great field for real cash. There are so many ways to make money. Let's talk through some of them, starting with something simple but sometimes pays massive. But I have one thing to tell you. Never purchase any property without thorough verification. This is very important as a real estate investor.
Okay, I get it.
Before we proceed, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out in the next video.
Mr. Wealth, I have done that. Please, let's proceed.
Okay, I will tell you 10 ways to make money as a real estate investor and how you can start with little capital. Stick to the end of this video as the 10th one is one you would never want to miss out. The number one is buy and hold strategy, or renting out properties. You buy a property and instead of flipping it, plus over time the property's value may increase, meaning your investment appreciates. It's a long-term game, but it's pretty steady.
So I would own the property, but someone else pays for it by renting it? That sounds cool. What about fixing up properties?
Good question. And that's my number two, fix and flip strategy. You buy a property that needs some work, maybe it's old or run down, then you renovate it. Once it's fixed up, you sell it for a higher price. The goal is to make a profit from the improvements. You need some upfront cash for repairs, but if you do it right, it can be quite lucrative. Just make sure you're good at estimating renovation costs.
Sounds exciting, but a bit risky if I can't sell it fast enough, huh?
Exactly. That's why it's important to know your market well. And that takes us to number three, wholesaling. You find distressed properties at a low price, sign a contract to buy them, and then sell the contract to another investor for a fee. You don't have to actually own the property. Your profit is just the difference between the buying and selling price of the contract. It's a low-risk strategy, but it requires networking and hustle to find good deals.
Kind of like being a middleman?
Precisely! Now, if you're looking for a more passive way to get involved, I think we should talk about number four, real estate investment trusts, or REITs. These are companies that own, operate, or finance real estate properties. You invest in shares of these companies just like you would stocks. You don't have to deal with tenants or property management. It's great for someone who wants exposure to real estate without the hassle.
So it's like buying a stock, but it's in real estate? Pretty hands-off then.
Exactly. Another similar option is the number five, real estate crowdfunding. This allows you to pool money with other investors to fund real estate projects. It's often done through online platforms. You can invest in commercial or residential properties with much lower amounts compared to buying property directly. It's a good way to diversify your investments.
So I'm basically joining a group of people investing in a project. What about short-term rentals like Airbnb? I've heard a lot about that.
Great choice! And that 6 short-term rentals are a fun way to generate income. You buy properties in popular tourist or vacation areas, and then you rent them out on platforms like Airbnb. The income can be much higher compared to traditional long-term rentals because you're charging daily rates. The catch is you need to manage bookings and cleaning. But it can be really profitable in the right locations.
Okay, I like the sound of that, especially if it's a cool vacation spot. What's next?
Well, if you're more into bigger projects, you might want to consider number 7, real estate development. You buy raw land or older buildings, then develop them into new properties. This could involve constructing homes, apartment buildings, or even commercial spaces. It requires significant capital, but the returns can be massive if you do it right.
That sounds pretty big scale. How about commercial properties? I'm guessing those are different?
Yes, and that's the number 8. Commercial real estate investment is all about office buildings, retail spaces, or warehouses. These properties often offer long-term leases, and they can be very profitable. The tenants typically sign longer leases, which means you get steady, predictable cash flow. It's a bit more stable than residential properties, but requires more capital up front.
I see, so it's more like a business building. Is there anything else that's kind of flexible?
Absolutely. The number 9 seems more flexible. Lease options. This might be what you're looking for. In this strategy, you lease a property with an option to buy it later. You can rent the property to tenants with the option for them to purchase it after a certain time. It generates steady rental income, and if the tenant buys, you can profit from the sale as well. It's a win-win if you're looking to create flexibility in your investment.
So I'm not just renting it out, I'm giving them the chance to own it?
Exactly. Finally, the number 10 is tax lien investing. This is a more niche approach, where you purchase tax liens from the government when property owners fail to pay their taxes. You might collect the debt plus interest, or if the owner doesn't pay, you could end up with the property. It's high risk but can be profitable if you know the legal ins and outs.
That's definitely a different kind of investment. Sounds like you need to know the rules to avoid the risks.
You're right, but you have to know one thing, as I always say. Each strategy has its risks and rewards, so it's about finding what works best for you. Always do your research. Start small if you're new to it, but with patience and the right approach, real estate can be a great way to build wealth over time.
Thanks, Mr. Wealth. That was really helpful. I've really learned a lot today about real estate investment.
You're welcome. Take your time and don't rush the learning process. Real estate is a marathon, not a sprint. If you find this video helpful, subscribe to Mr. Wealth channel. Hit the like button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next video topic.